Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to lesson 8, and as you can see on the screen, this is about personal pronouns, dhamir. And in this lesson, we will learn about those 12 words which are used in place of personal noun in the Arabic language. We know that he and she and they or it. Similar to that, these are called pronouns, which are used instead of, in place of nouns which have been uh, introduced in the beginning. For example, Khalid is a good boy. He goes to the mosque. Now, he, I'm not using Khalid or Majid or similar other personal names again and again. So pro means in sport of, noun, pronoun. So pronoun, those words which are used in place of noun to support the meaning and the continue further that subject or that matter. So anyway, this is quite common in every language. So this is the same with the Arabic of the Holy Quran. So if we come to table 8.1, please reflect over the following examples. Don't worry on this one, third person male or like that. Okay, is huwa mu'minun. Now, this is basically, for example, if I say Khalidun insanun, Khalid is a human being. What kind of human being? In order to give further detail, I would say huwa mu'minun, means he is a believer. Now, because there is no ta marbuta at the end, so it would be he is a male believer. Okay, but if there is a ta marbuta at end, it would be read like mu'minatun, mu'mina, and then definitely, as we know that there must be a agreement in gender in terms of the first noun and the second noun, attached noun. For example, Quranun Majidun or Rajulun Karimun, like that. So huwa mu'minun, he is a believer, but it is understood that this is a male believer. So that is why I have put is in bracket, because this is there is no use of that. There is no, in Arabic, there is no translation or not equivalent of is. Basically, tanween or the structure of a word tells us whether we should use the helping verb, in English helping verb is, am, or are. For example, if I say ana muslimun, so it will be I am a Muslim. Now, am, there is no equivalent in Arabic. A, there is no. Wahid, yes, there is one wahid, but if I say ana wahidun muslimun, that will be incorrect. Ana muslimun, I am a Muslim. So am, the verb am, and a is included in that structure of that word. So when I speak to a person who is speaking, for example, this time I am speaking to you, so you are basically a second person. You are the second people. You are the second persons. Wherever you are listening to me, and I am speaking to you. And if I open the mic, give you the mic, you will speak to me, and then vice versa. I am the speaker, you are listening, and then you can speak to me. You are the second person. I am the first person. The first person, I am doing this one. I am talking to you, speaking to you. You will be the second. And if I speak about something, about someone, so he or she or they or any item, that will be a third, which are away, maybe out of sight, or not direct contact, not direct contact. So huwa mu'minun, he is a believer, he is a male believer. Now we can see that as we mentioned that in pluralism in Arabic, the identity of plural, it starts with three, not like other languages. For example, if I say book, one book, and if I add one more book, it would be books. And even if I bring 10 more, it still will be the books. But in Arabic, the identity of the two things, two persons, any two things have identity. They have the word, special word for that one, and special, that structure. Now, huwa mu'minun, he is a male believer. When it refers to two people, the huwa is becomes huma. So huma is used for two. So huwa, huma, and then hum. Please remember, this is a very, very important lesson. This lesson is quite big as compared to the former lessons, the previous lessons. You repeat, yes, you have to understand, reflect, but sometime in life, in learning, the memorization is very, very important. Okay, yes, understanding is very important, but nature, demands from us to memorize, something. That is why from the childhood, God Almighty has made us that children, without any understanding, they first memorize. Okay, so you have to memorize huwa, huma, hum 10 times, 10, 15, 20 times, and say huwa 1, huma 2, and hum 3 plus. Okay, so huwa, huma, hum, huwa, huma, hum, huwa, huma, hum, many, many times, so that you know that if I'm speaking to one person, it's a huwa. Like, for example, qul huwallahu ahad. Okay, and huma for 2, and hum for 3 plus. And we know that from the very beginning in Surah Al-Baqarah, say, Ulaika humul muflihun. Wa ulaika humul, and joining with the al, and then meme is takes a dhamma, humul muflihun. The actual word is hum. So huwa, huma, hum. Continuously practice that one. Read, memorize, and write huwa 1, huma 2, and hum. If you memorize this one, huwa, huma, hum, then your understanding or this grammatical structure or this will be very, very easy in future as well. Now you can see here that we know that the Arabic is a gender specific language. It means that each and every word in Arabic is gender based, gender specific, whether that word is a masculine or feminine. That adjective, that qualifying attribute is adjective, or attribute is masculine or feminine. Okay, so say huma mu'minan. Now you can see here that huma, meme alif, huma, and after that alif noon. Now these are basically, we will learn afterwards that these are the subject marker of the dual, the tathniya. Okay, so if I say huwa mu'minun, he is a male believer, and English will be wo ek iman wala hai, ya iman lane wala hai. But anyway, hai is missing here, but I'm speaking in English, so that's quite good. Huma mu'minan, they both are male believers. Why I have made here both? Because of the structure. So if I say they are male believers, so it the English is insufficient or incapable to tell us that I am speaking about the two people or three or more. So if I say they are male believers, if I just translate that one, they are male believers, maybe I am speaking about the three people. But that's why I have made here both. The actual literal translation of both is not in that huma mu'minan, but mu'minan itself tell us that I am speaking about the two people. That's why I have put here, they both are male believers. And after that, hum mu'minun, they all are male believers. Means when I say all, so it means that three, it could be 300, 3,000, 3,000,000, whatever. So all and both are the subject marker to facilitate you to understand the structure in Arabic. So huwa mu'minun, he is a male believer. Huma mu'minan, they are male, both are male believers. And hum mu'minun, they are all male believers. Remember, in the translation of the Holy Quran, it is not translated and written like that. For example, ulaika humul muflihun, these are the male who will be victorious or will be successful. That is the understood, that what gender is being mentioned. But it is also a point of translation in the Holy Quran that when there is in the context gender, opposite gender is not mentioned, then even if the Quran speaks about male believers, the feminine nouns or females are included in that khitab, in that address. For example, if I say Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, or ye who believe. Now amanu, basically those male who believed, but it doesn't mean that several times it is mentioned that about 87 times the Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu has come in the Quran. So it doesn't mean that the women have been excluded. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله ولتنظر يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته يا أيها الذين آمنوا هل أدلكم على تجارة يا أيها الذين آمنوا توبوا إلى الله توبة نصوحا. Though it technically say that, grammatically it is being addressed to male believers or to male, but they are included unless they have been specified in the language. For example, innal muslimina. When I say innal muslimina, just say innal muslimina, that surely the Muslims. So this is until now, if I say innal muslimina, surely the Muslims, the male and female Muslims are included in that one. But if I say innal muslimina wal muslimat, as it has come in Surah Al-Ahzab, innal muslimina wal muslimat wal mu'minina wal mu'minat wal qanitina wal qanitat, then the translation will shift. Yes, because the feminine gender specifically has been mentioned, so it will be say that surely Muslim men wal muslimat, Muslim women, and like that. So in this gender specific language, we have to be mindful of the subject marker. Now in down a third person female, we are speaking to those individuals, whether singular, dual or plural, who are far from us, who are ba'id from us, and they are not listening to us directly they are not listening. So let's see, if there is a huwa mu'minun for a remote male believer, then its opposite in feminine gender, it will be hiya mu'minatun. So remember, huwa changed to hiya for female. So if I say huwa mu'minun, he is the believer, he is a male believer, and hiya mu'minatun is a feminine. So huwa changed into hiya, and mu'minun is changed into mu'minatun, that is ta maruta at the end. Okay, and we know that from masculine and feminine gender, what are the subject markers of feminine gender? Ta marbuta is one of the well-known subject marker of this one. So huwa mu'minun, hiya mu'minatun. Now again, if I go to dual, it's a huma mu'minan, they both are. Remember, in the Holy Quran, the singular and the plural have been used extensively, but the dual have been used, but very little. Okay, very few examples where the two things have been mentioned, dual have been mentioned. Yes, they have been mentioned quite several times, but not much. But huwa mu'minun, a singular, they have been done much. For example, aqimis salata, aqim, the word is uh, establish or observe the prayer. Aqimis salat lidulu has come singular. And aqimu salata in the plural. But if I say aqima, the dual, we have not much noun and also verbs in dual. Yes, they are available. So that is why we will be focusing first in the singular and plural. And when we totally understand about huwa and the whom, then we will inshallah learn and explore more about the dual, because in God's design, more emphasis and stress have been on the singular and on the plural in the Quranic text, but the dual, the identity of dual, is not being ignored or undermined. They are there, but inshallah we will learn afterwards, because that will be more easy in my experience. So, huwa mu'minun, hiya mu'minatun, huma mu'minan, and huma mu'minatan. Remember, in Tasniya dual, you will find in the beginning huma, which is basically a second person dual of the third person. They are the same. So in dual, huma for male and huma for female remains the same. Remember, look here, huwa for the first and then here change. But in dual, there is no change. If there are two brothers remote, and we are speaking about them, we say huma mu'minan. But if there are two sisters remote from us and we want to speak about them, we say huma mu'minatan. Remember, mu'minan, just addition of ta, ta is a very specific letter which tells us about the feminine gender. You will learn more about in when we speak, learn about the fi'l al-af'al verbs. Then we say that the letter ta plays a vital role to identify a female object or feminine gender. So huma mu'minan, just adding about ta in between before alif nun, mu'minatan, because mu'minatun, and after that alif nun, mu'minatan, and they both are female believers. And this, remember, the ta is in noun and also in verbs is very. For example, when we speak about to, I think I will I will tell you afterwards, okay? Because this time the full Holy Quran is not available to me. I was basically in my mind Surah Tahrim, the words kanata tahta abdaini min ibadina salihin. Kanata. Now kanat for one and kanata for two, and shall we explore afterwards. Okay, so huma, and then we come to hum, which is for the male masculine plural. Hum mu'minun, they all are male believers. And opposite, hum, hunna. So it will be hunna mu'minat. So remember that mu'minatun has come to mu'minat in plural. And again, I advise you to memorize that, repeat many times. For example, huwa, huma, hum, huwa, huma, hum. And for female, hiya, huma, hunna, hiya, huma, hunna, hiya, huma, hunna. And if you just memorize these words, hiya mu'minatun, huma mu'minatan, hunna mu'minatan, if some people are very easy, if they write down 4, 5, 10 times by their hand, in this case, I would say you have to make your pen or your hand to memorize. This is a very old idea, you see. Allah Ta'ala says, الذي علم بالقلم. So make your qalam, make your pen, your hand, your fingers in which you hold the pen to memorize how these words will be written. So you know that when your hand memorizes the word, even if your eyes are closed, you are able to write down what is hum, here, hua, like that. So memorization is not just the learning by heart or by using your brain, but I would say that write so much so several times that your hand, the movement of your hand, they memorize the structure. And remember that this also beautify the script as well. The great artists and those calligraphers, basically they have used extensively their movement of the hand. They memorize, they as if their hands have memorized those structures and beautify. Same hands we have the same hands, but because of the lack of practice, we cannot beautify a calligraphic word or verse, or for example any expression in Arabic, especially Arabic calligraphy, as an expert calligrapher can do that one. So this is all a rhythm and harmony in the movement of the fingers and the hands in which the qalam is making a role. الذي علم بالقلم have many underlying meanings, and one of the meaning is to dispense the knowledge in so many ways and to memorize that. So huwa mu'minun, huma mu'minan, hum mu'minun, hiya, huma, hunna. So say huwa, there are 2-3 ways. One is that if you just concentrate on male, say huwa, huma, hum, huwa, huma, hum, or hiya, huma, hunna. Okay, male, 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 and then female, female, female. But if you just say, okay, this time I am doing opposite, gender specific, then you can see here huwa, hiya, huma, huma, hum, hunna. If you memorize these first, your matter will be very, very easy. Let me give you a glimpse or a taste from the text of the Holy Quran. So this time is only part 29 is open to me. If I say goes to down somewhere, okay, that's no problem. If I say here, now look here. Now if I say, it is mentioned here, inna rabbaka huwa alam, like this. Okay, so if I say this one, huwa alam. Okay, so huwa, you know that one person is being mentioned. Inna rabbaka, surely your Lord, huwa alamu, he knows the best. Huwa alam. And then if I go to down and find out something, look here. Wahum, huwa, hum, naimun, sleepers. So hum naimun, we know that waw noon is a sign of the plural. So hum naimun, they are the sleepers. So huwa, up, huwa alam, So they must agree. The pronoun should agree with the verb or a noun. So in this case, it has come hum naimun. And again, look, hum yatakhafatun. Waw noon is at the end. And then many other examples. If I say, we can find something. And this, inshallah ta'ala, you will learn that at the end of a verb, and a noun also plays that one, like this hum. It's very, very easy. Look here. Makdum, about Hazrat Yunus alayhi salam, is nada wahuwa. Wahuwa, it could not be like that hum or huma, huwa makdum. So if we like to change that one to huwa to dual, so it will be huwa to huma and makdhums ila makdhuman. Or if I say hum, and it will be makdhumun. So you can play with the word in your notebook, different words. You can just for learning purpose, you can do, take that word and you cannot write as a verse of the Quran, that is basically forbidden, haram, but similar, you can take one bit, one or two word, and then you can change for the sake of purpose. Okay. Now, similarly, so many examples. Okay. So if I say, look, وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِأَمَانَاتِهِمْ وَعَهْدِهِمْ رَاعُونَ. Okay. فَإِنَّهُمْ, this time this is a construction. Fa, so, inna, surely, hum. Sometimes 2-3 words are come together, combined. So walladhina hum. Again, look, hum. Walladhina hum ala salatihim. Okay, good. So let me give mic to one person, and let me check if something. Assalamu alaikum, L8015.
Walaikum assalam.
Walaikum assalam warahmatullah. Are you following?
Yes, I am, Hafiza. Alhamdulillah, I'm following the lesson.
Okay, good. So what is the difference between hum and hunna?
Hum is for the plural.
Yes.
And
plural for what? Male or female?
Male.
Okay. And hunna?
And hunna is for female, plural female.
Remember, the word is very hunna libasul lakum wa antum libasul lahun. So hunna, mentioned in the Quran. وَلَهُنَّ مِثْلُ الَّذِي عَلَيْهِنَّ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ. So, okay, that's good. And what's the difference between hiya and hunna?
What's the difference between hiya and hunna? Hiya is for one single female, and hunna is for more than two. That is plural. And
more
female.
Than two, at least
Yeah.
3. Okay,
at least
good.
3. That's for female as well.
Okay, good, excellent, well done. So we come to now 8.2, table 8.2. Now we come to a second person. Remember, we have dealt with the third person who are away from us, who are remote. Maybe they can listen to us. We can see them. It doesn't mean if I say ghaib or they are absent that we cannot see them, they cannot see us. They could listen to us, or we can listen to them, or from lekin they are not our direct contact. They are not, this time, tell me, you are, I don't know where are in which Jamaat you are, how far you are, but to me, you are the second person, because I am speaking to you, you are answering to me. So I am the first person in grammatical, and you are the second person, okay? Because I am speaking to you. So, now we come to the second person, male. If I say anta mu'minun, so it means now, because I'm speaking to a female, so what should I use, anta or anti? Anti. So you can see here anta mu'minun and anti mu'minatun. I haven't changed anything, mu'minun, mu'minan, and like that. They all remain the same. Only the first subject marker are changed. So huwa, if there is a huwa for the third person male ba'id, yani they are remote away, then the direct contact speaking second person is a anta, and its opposite female gender is anti. So anti mu'minatun, anta mu'minun, and antuma again we can find there is no change in antuma and antuma, no change. But remember, if you say hum, the same antum, same meme is mushtarika, is mushtarak between. So hum here and huna in that now it has come to antunna muminat. Otherwise the words are the same. So again we have to memorize anta, antuma, antum, anta, antuma, antum, anti, antuma, antunna. So you have to write down 10, 15 times again and again. Make your notebook, and that would be good. So I give it to another person. So this time, if I say M04, Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. M7004. Assalamu alaikum. M7004. Are you here? Okay, it's not there. So if I say M7008, Assalamu alaikum, M7008.
Wa alaikum salam, Hafsab.
Wa alaikum salam. Okay, so technically you are the third person or second person?
I'm second person when you are speaking. When I'm speaking, you are the second person.
Okay, so basically, as you know, when you speak, you will be the first, and I am the second because I'm the listener. So this time I am speaking. So vice versa is okay. So because mubashiratan, direct contact. So what is the difference between huwa and anta?
Huwa is when somebody is not there, and we are talking about somebody, male person is huwa.
Right. Okay.
And when we are talking to somebody, when we can directly communicate, then it is anta. Anta for a female single person. Anta is for a male single person.
And anti?
Ante is for a female single person.
Okay. Can you find any difference between dual? Are the same or any change in?
They are the same for male and female in both the third person and the second person.
No. Yes, that's fine. Third person and second person, yani.
They are the same. They don't change.
Antuma, same.
Antuma, huma and huma, antuma and antuma.
Okay. So if I say, if I change muminatun to, for example, qanitatun, so would any change in antunna or it will remain the same?
No, antunna will remain the same.
Okay. Only the noun can be changed. The noun can be changed. Okay. If I say antum hafizatun, is it right or wrong?
Yeah, it has, either of them has to change. Either it can be antum hafizuna or it will be antunna hafizatun.
Yes, that's fine. Good. So it means that they must agree with each other.
With each other, yeah.
Okay, good. So these are the two lines for your notes, if any idea. And I will come to the very important, the first person. Okay. Remember when you
Hafsab, you are the most important first person.
No, but you are the one who speaks. I'm speaking. Basically, I'm myself reminding a dialogue. I was speaking that, telling you, all the class participants, that when you read the Quran, when you study the Quran, especially you concentrate on the dialogue the conversation which have been recorded in the Quran. For example, a beautiful conversation with the prophets, the conversation, the speaking of Allah with the prophets. Hazrat Musa والسلام, have been spoken a lot by Allah the Almighty. وَقَلَّمَ اللَّهُ مُوسَى تَكْلِيمًا. And we find in Surah Taha, he say, Inni ana rabbuka, fakhla ana alayk, ana rabbuka. Now look here, ana mu'minun, I am a male believer. And say, ana have been used in the Holy Quran many times. And my point is that wherever the dialogue are there, sometime a dialogue, a conversation between Allah and His prophets, sometime between a prophet and his nation, sometime the two brothers, for example, Hazrat Musa and Hazrat Harun. So wherever you find a conversation that is very interesting, number one, easy to understand the structure, especially of these pronouns. Okay, so you have to concentrate, because inshallah ta'ala, when we will complete this course in March, last weekend on the March, when we'll complete this course, then inshallah ta'ala, from I'm going to design another course for those who will be interested further to enhance that speak Arabic via the Quran. I am of the opinion that the Quran is well sufficient for us if we want to speak Arabic, the conversation, like for example, as I am talking now to you in English or Urdu or German or whatever. If we want to speak Arabic, the Quran is well sufficient to, and I'm designing that course. When we finish this one, I am designing that course, and those who will be interested, they will be most welcome. And from the Quranic base, we can start learning, conversating the Quran. Yes, we need some additional words, but the main structure, or we can communicate 80-90% just based on the vocabulary of the Quran. Very, so rich in vocabulary, and I have found by the grace of Allah, a new way, a good way to learn the speaking Arabic by the Quran. So this, as I mentioned, that this is quite big lesson number 8, and within 4-5 minutes, I will be finishing this one. So if I say we are on the first person male, so ana, nahnu, nahnu. Now there is a change in between, tasniya, dual, and plural are the same. Okay, there was change in the third and the second person. For example, say huwa, huma, and hum. Okay, and then anta, antuma, or antum. But you can see here in the first person, the tasniya, dual, nahnu is the same. If the two, they are the same. If there are 2 plus 3, at least plural, the nahnu, they are the same. So it's just 2 words. Ana, nahnu, ana, nahnu, ana, nahnu, ana. It will apply to male and female equally. Okay, it's not like that anta, anti. Ana for one male, ana for one female equally applies. And nahnu mu'minan, or nahnu mu'minatan, or muslimatan, or muslimatun, musliman, they are the same. So it is quite easy to understand about that one. Now we come quickly to points to be remembered. Look, the same word is used for dual third and second person, whether masculine or feminine, reflect over the word huma and antuma. As we covered, you have rightly mentioned that huma remains the same for the second. What's that?
For the third person.
No.
Huma for third and antuma for second.
Where is the huma and now? Dual third. Yes, dual third and second person. Yes, that's fine. Yeah, that's good. Huma and antuma. And when we come to ana, nahnu, and again I have just spoken about that, the same word is used for masculine and feminine gender in the first person. mutakallim. Okay, so mutakallim, the one who speaks, and mutakalliman, alif noon, is for the two, and mutakallimin or mutakallimun are for the plural. And reflect over the words ana and nahnu. I've just spoken to that. Now, in the beginning of the course, I think in lesson 3, 4, 5, we said that there must be a agreement between a gender, because Arabic is very delicate and gender specific language. So personal pronouns, which are also called detached pronoun, because they are not part of a noun or a verb. When I say detached, it means they are not linked in script. Okay, they are not. For example, they are not script as a part of that. They have their own identity. So our following nouns must agree with one another in terms of gender and number. Reflect over the above given examples. I'm talking about that if there is one, for example, anta, and say anta mu'minun. If I say mu'minun, it will be totally incorrect, because mu'minun itself tells us that this is a plural, and pronoun must agree with that one. So either it will be antum mu'minun or anta mu'minun. They cannot be do the same. Now this is another very good. I would say that first translate the following sentences of the Holy Quran. All have been taken from the Quran. So just mention hunna libasun. Libas is very common. Hunna libasun. You have to give the gender specific translation. So if you say they are garment, yes, in English it will be okay. Said hunna, they are garment, but in English translation does not specify you are talking about a male or female. But if you say hunna libasul lakum, they, and in bracket female, a garment, then it is said you are speaking about female, not like that. Like nahnu ansarullah. Nahnu, we. Ansar is a plural of nasir. Ansarullah, helpers of Allah. Now ansarullah is a linking word. Ansarullah, and nahnu before that. So you have to translate that nahnu ansarullah, but you would say that nahnu ansarullah, we, and in bracket male helpers of Allah. You can't say we. Yes, it's okay. We are the helpers of Allah. That's fine. But uh, just by looking the translation, you are basically excluding the female. You are not telling about that you are male or female. You say we are the helpers of Allah. Even the females can say we are the helpers of Allah, because helper in English there is not a gender specific word. This applies to both. But in Arabic you have to. Otherwise it would be nahnu nasirat, nasiratullah. So this is something you have to. Anta maulana, humul faizun, antum libasun. All you have to translate that one. Okay, and then number 2, second, correct the pronouns according to noun and vice versa. For example, if you say hiya muslimun, so you say, oh, you have to challenge this one. Oh no, this is based on grammatical knowledge. Say no, it would be huwa muslimun. And if you keep first, you will say hiya muslimatun, like that. You say antum sabiqat. Now you will challenge that one, that antum is for the male plural. It must be sabiqun. Otherwise I have to change sabiqatun. It must agree antunna sabiqat. So all that again antunna. So you have to challenge each and every this phrase based on your grammatical knowledge, and correct that one, and keep in your folder. And inshallah ta'ala, when we upload the correct answer, you can then mix, check your answers like that. And then number 3 as well, again huma muslimun ana sadiqat. You have to translate rightly, correctly, in a gender specific translation. Okay, so we conclude now here today's lesson. And just for a quick, if I give mic to one last one minute, if I say to this time a female, L L8037. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Not there. So L8028. No. Okay, it's not working now. Okay. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. What's your ID? What's your ID?
L8043.
Okay, good, excellent. Just quickly, one, you have to translate correctly. How would you translate hiya khashiyatun? What is the what? Where is the mistake?
Sorry.
How it is incorrect?
Just a second. G. I couldn't hear you before, but I can
said
hear you.
How, the number 4. What is the
Hiya khashiyat.
how is it incorrect? How would you correct it?
Huma khashiyatun.
No. It's not huma
Oh,
khashiyatun.
sorry. Oh. Hiya huma hunna. Hunna khashiyatun.
Well done, excellent. So you identify the right pronoun. Okay, so we conclude today's lesson, and please again and again listen to that lesson afterwards, the recording as well, download, print them, and scribble and do this exercise. Okay, Jazakumullah khairan. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.